Hello and happy new year. I hope your year ahead is filled with peace, abundance, and happiness. So, this year I wanted to try something a little different. Usually with human design, we can't really specify specific types, you could say. So, for instance, what I'm talking about is in astrology, we can say we're going to do year ahead for Pisces, or we're going to do year ahead for Aries, or something like that. But usually with human design, it's difficult. Last year, I did do something just for particular types. But again, we're looking at only four different types, or five if you want to separate the generator types into manifesting generators and generators, which I usually do. So this year, I'm going to talk about the 12 profiles. You can look at this as being an overview of your profile. And why I feel this is important is because as we move to 2027, the more tools we have in our tool belt to assist us in the journey, the better. By understanding your profile and how it operates and how you operate, it's just a small piece of you, but it can really help you in the world because there are energies for discovery, for being called out. There are energies for having the right people around you, being in the right projection field. They're all based on your profile. And if you understand how you operate, what you potentially need, then you are going to be more resilient, more empowered, and be able to navigate whatever changes we have going forward into 2025. Because 2025 is going to be a busy year, especially for the first half of the year. It's going to be potentially a very busy year, potentially chaotic. But within the Gate 36, which will be featured quite a bit, you can have a look at my overview for the year. But within that chaos, or that energy is really telling us what you need to learn, what experiences do you need in your life to advance you forward towards the goals that are part of your trajectory. And so feeling empowered in who you are, feeling empowered with how you operate in the world can give you that step up that can help you to move forward through 2025, and I would say 2025 and beyond. This is why I wanted to make these videos, so hopefully it can help you on your journey forward. Now, what I'm going to do is sort of look at the perspective of the line and where it is in your body graph. This is going to be where we call your personality and also your design. But for simplicity, your personality is going to be considered like your mind, what you're conscious of, what you know. A lot of people call it the conscious. And the design, this is your body and how it expresses in the world. And so we could say that your body is the manifestation of you in the world, and your personality is the mind that is sort of trying to talk to the body. And this is why we talk about authority being so important, because what it actually does for us is it gives our body the ability to make the decisions, because our bodies are manifest, just like the manifest world. And that is the theory. So all the things that I'm going to talk about, if you use your authority and whatever that is for you, then that will be helpful for you moving forward. So I will separate the profile lines, or your profile lines, into your conscious or unconscious, or your personality or your body, which is what I prefer to talk about, because I think that we call the unconscious, the body unconscious, but on the other hand, there are a lot of ways we can get in touch with that other part of us. And it takes more time and effort, and everybody's going to be different in how they discover what their body is telling them. But I think that there are so many subtle cues that we have every day that our body's telling us about certain things. It pulls us towards things. It gives us gut reactions to things that we like or we don't like. It gives us the butterflies. It can tell you when you're starting to feel like maybe you're getting a cold or something. A lot of times we ignore that. It can tell you when you're eating things that it doesn't like. And so if there's anything that we can really connect with in 2025, it is our body. And so that's why I want to use that for each of these particular profiles. So we'll go through each profile and I will talk about sort of the lines and the ways you can use your profile as a guide. But now keep in mind, we could say that there are only 12 profiles, just like there's only 12 astrology signs. So there's a lot more beneath the surface, you could say. The profile is just one part of your body graph. So there's going to be a lot more. So I could talk about a fourth line energy, and you could say, well, I don't really feel that. Well, that's potentially because maybe the fourth line is on your design side. Or potentially maybe you have a lot of third lines in your body graph other than your profile. So there's a lot of ways that it can shift up, and really discovering what your body graph says is more important than anything. But ultimately, it's just a guide to help you discover your gifts and to decide to use them or not. And that's ultimately what it's about. It's not a guide for you to live a certain way or do a certain thing or to conform to a certain way of being. That is never what we want to do. So with that said, let's get into your profile. Now, if you have a 4-1 profile, now we're talking about a fourth line mind and a first line body. And so your body is looking for security and your mind is out influencing. And so you could have this sense of your body wanting to feel secure, your body wanting to know what's in my environment, what could be harmful, all the things that you want to be aware of and the information and the data you want to know so that you can feel secure in your body. The fourth line is where you're externalizing that energy of the gates that your fourth line is in. With a fourth line mind, this is where you can have a burnout mentally because if we have a fourth line body and you can get burnout from your body and you can have colds and flus and you can have exhaustion, those types of things, this is where you're mentally burnt out and you can't take any more from those people around you, a network that potentially is not correct for you because they are draining you in some way. And so it's mental exhaustion that you can feel. And also this concept that you want to be in your own secure space that you feel is comfortable. So having the security to be in a space where you feel comfortable can be really important to you. It can help your fourth line personality energy because that's going to put you in a space where you feel like you're comfortable and that you can mentally unwind and have your break so that you can continue to move through the world and externalize those things that are really important to you. And the things that you're externalizing are the things that are in your personality, sun and earth. This is a double foundational energy. Again, this is a harmonic energy because the fourth line and the first line are connected in, we have the first line where we build a foundation with data information, and the fourth line, we move to this externalization. So you're externalizing the energy that you are discovering through your body. So a lot of times you could say that this is a profile where your body is kind of giving you the security. So finding security in your environment, so finding security in things that you feel good. So it's really important in a lot of ways, if possible, to have an environment where you feel that you are secure, because when that happens, then you can feel that you're safe and then you can externalize the way you want to externalize. But there is potential for a lot of fear within your body. So in other words, you might feel this fear within you, but you don't necessarily know what it is because the first line is going to resonate potentially to this energy of fear. So finding out more information as much as you can help a lot, but also having a space where you feel like you have safety. So going through 2025, ensuring that you have your space of being away so that you can feel safe. And if you have the safe space, you can start working on the foundational energy of what you continue to do, the fixed energy where you're externalizing. Keep in mind, fourth line, it's really important to have the right network. We look at this as a bank account where you are giving something, but you're receiving something as well. Because if you're giving too much and not receiving enough, then mentally that can be a strain for you as well. And you can have mental burnout. So it's important to have a balance of give and take. Your network is the most important part of your universe because that is where all your opportunities show up. Your romance, your jobs, all those types of things. So the health of your network and having people who are supporting you and having people who understand you and having people who don't want to change you is key to moving forward towards your life purpose for 2025 and beyond. With that said, I'm wishing you the best in 2025 and that your year will be filled with success, abundance, and good health. Until next time, take care and bye for now.